What up? What up? Let's see. Stream. And my chat ain't working. Damn. Hold up. What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? Late Saturday night. I think I was supposed to keep that open, damn it. Streaming tools. Right there. See if I can remember all this here. Streams chat. Dark chat. Boom. Text size. 30. Enable custom font. Pick a font. Impact. I was trying to do a chat like you see all the other streamers do, you know what I mean? Hold on here. I think I can do it off memory. I had to watch a YouTube video a couple times, but letter spacing. There. I think that's pretty darn close. Overlay chat. Because I closed my stream elements out, so now it's not rendering on the. It's been a while, y'all. Bear with me here. Copy to clipboard. All right, let's see here. Add browser. Chat 3. Boom. Paste. Okay. See if there's no chat. Come on. Tools. Should be coming up from Restream. Here, let's try. That. Okay. Docs. Stream information. That. All right. Let's try. Where's the chat? Where's the chat? Where's the chat? Right there, but it's not working. Bummer. Chat 1. Doesn't seem like chat 1 either. Crap. Well, it might just have to be YouTube chat today. Damn it. What a bummer. I had it all set up. It was working before stream. I'll remove it. Remove. I guess maybe I need to try and go to Restream and pop it out one more time. Hold on here. Sources, scenes. Yeah, I got all kinds of good stuff to cover tonight, y'all. So bear with me just for a few minutes here. It's been a while since I've been live, but I got new equipment. Got an SM7B. You guys can hear me, I hope. Hey, there it is, right there. That's the one I'm looking for, right there. It was on my other screen. Hold up. See, now that should be popping up on the. That's weird. error on Discord, but huh. Well, I guess this will be the one we rock anyway over here, I guess. Turn ads off. Yeah, it's been a minute, y'all. Been a minute. Why is it? Is it advertising like during the stream? I figured it would show ads after, but it actually advertises like during the stream, huh? You're buffering? Is anybody else buffering? You guys are buffering? Okay. Loud and clear. Good deal. Good deal. I love these SM7Bs, y'all. Like, I was running the MV7 and the sound was just never quite there. You know, it was always really kind of quiet and just, I don't know. It wasn't crisp. It wasn't clean. Wasn't clean. Dude, there's a lot of crazy stuff that's been going on, y'all. It's been wild out here. You know, the last couple videos I did, the Chat GPT, Antichrist, um, the ice cream trucks. Now, I will say the ice cream truck video that I did about the with the girl, I think she's I think she's hoaxing. I think she's lying. I hate to say it. I think she's lying, but I do believe still though at the core of it all, there's something weird going on with them ice cream trucks. That's just weird. I mean, out of the blue, ice cream trucks just start showing up everywhere at night. Just seems real weird. Something going on there for sure, I feel. And I think it's organized. I think it's definitely organized, like maybe not nationwide, but it's definitely something weird going on there. See, and that's what sucks too. Like I wanted to see I see Facebook and YouTube on there. I guess that's probably the only two I'd really have much chatting going on. I'm on TikTok too. That's cool. They Restream finally got TikTok to partake, which is cool as hell. But yeah, no, that girl was definitely on some bullshit, which kind of sucks because, dude, like, there's nothing more that I hate, and it's been happening more lately than ever. When I first started streaming and stuff, there was like an integrity to a degree. Like, I understand people have lied and done bullcrap for a long time, but now the level of bullshit that people come up with, like, just to get views, I mean, total lies from top to bottom. I actually called this kid out recently. Um, he claimed he was working for the Pentagon and intercepted a email to a guy with the same name. And I don't know if y'all saw him. Maybe some of you did, but intercepted the email from a higher up with the same name as him but a different middle initial. And basically, he had ChatGPT make up this fake doc stating that the Atlas 31 meteor or whatever, or alien probe, I guess you'd call it, that's coming to Earth, that they actually made contact with sentient beings on the ship. And dude, the way he told it and stuff, like, I mean, these people are acting. They're literally selling as much as possible this total bullshit lie. So, you know, I'm guilty. Like, am I skeptic? Sometimes I want it to be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd love that to be real, but, you know, so I probably lean a little maybe towards like believing when I shouldn't sometimes, but like these people are really selling these stories. And I'll go, like, I created a whole video, like a whole 10-minute video on that guy's videos about the Pentagon. And I never posted it because at the end I found out he was full of shit. Like, just totally made it up. Dude, there's nothing that frustrates me more because I'll literally think that somebody's being genuinely honest. Cause like guys, I don't do that. Right? I don't I don't make shit up. Like I don't come on here and just like totally bullshit my followers. Like it just it mess it's just it's so unintegral. Like it's just so trash. I hate it. Kind of like I don't know. I guarantee you guys have seen him. And not to just dog on dude, because I get it, dude. You want to get views, you want to get a following, but that Nunchuckus Dragon, y'all know who I'm talking about? The Nunchuckus Dragon guy, who just his stuff is complete and utter shit. It's utter bullshit. But the problem is he's posting stuff and telling these elaborate tales. Yeah, he's like using stupid names like for the scientists, and it's like, dude, like if you have any like wherewithal, you should know he's full of shit. But the problem is people don't like, and they run with it. Like I remember he's one video was going viral, and they'll go viral because people are buying it, and this so morally and ethically wrong. It's disgusting. It was like rhinoceroses were in or rhinoceri, I guess. I don't know if you say it like that, but we're in Florida. And people were just blowing it up all over the internet, and I'm just like, god damn, man, it's so frustrating. And like, dude, that guy, I can't stand him more than anybody on TikTok, dude. And I've said it to him. I've told him, dude. I'm like, dude, as a creator, you got a responsibility. Like, and trust me, I understand. People think some of my shit is like outlandish as hell. Like, but dude, this most of the stuff I try and share is rooted in some sort of possible truth, right? And I'm not doing it just for the views. Like, I'm doing it to share information that people want to hear. Like, it's fun at the least, but I'm not just telling utter lies. I can't stand that. And I honestly think that those platforms should be banned immediately without question. That Nunchuckus Dragon drives me nuts, dude. He's at like 500,000 followers. I'm just like, bro, just please come on, man. Cuz it's like I said, I'll do a whole video on it, and then, oh, it's all a bunch of bullshit. Like, thanks, bro. You just wasted hours of my life, bro. Like, because I won't post it. I felt bad leaving up that girl that I found out, dude. I will say, dude, she went through an elaborate string of lies with, you know, following the truck, right? Following the truck, then she was being followed, right? And she actually must have known somebody with a freaking box truck, or like not a box truck, but like a van, a creeper van, because she had videos of dude pulling in her driveway at night and then just skating off, and said that he would leave before the cops would get there. And then she went on and made up that story about the old lady, right? Saying that this old lady contacted her and said that her husband used to operate the freaking, I mean, dude, she is literally going deep with the shit. Like, she is thinking on a level. I mean, is it entertaining? Sure, it's entertaining because you don't know whether or not it's true, but it's like, come on, man. I felt bad, but it's like I made the whole video, dude. And I mean, obviously it wasn't just all on her, like, but it's just, come on, man. She didn't follow him though, bro. That's what I'm telling you. She didn't follow him. It's all a lie, my guy. Like, she is full of shit. Top to bottom. I mean, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I guess people, like, if you go on TikTok, dude, all her videos are going viral. And all these people exposing her videos are deadened. They're deaded right on the top, right off top, like they're deaded. And people are not seeing them, but people are proving that everything she said and everything she's done is bullcrap. I'm like, God, man. Like, and she put effort in, like next level effort. Just wild. Just wild. But no, dude, like there's been some other than that type of stuff, like there's been awesome content lately. Like I've loved it recently. There's been a lot of stuff to share. Just like that ChatGPT Antichrist thing. That was awesome. That dude did a really good job. Uh, and I mean, dude, the virality of that is simply, it was insane because Facebook, dude, they just loved it. And I think the God stuff and the Jesus stuff, dude, like it does go a long ways. Um, I like the actual, I honestly like the girl that I shared a little bit more when she was talking to ChatGPT about Jesus, right? Like how ChatGPT was saying that Jesus had become a master of the simulation and that he basically learned how to write his own code within the realm, and that's how he was always able to achieve these magical feats, if you will, uh, because he literally mastered the code and mastered the simulation and was showing people what we could be capable of essentially, and even going as far as defying death. That was insane. I thought that was so crazy, and ChatGPT broke it down in a way like I've never heard in my life. Like, and to make it seem like that we could possibly do that, crazy, crazy. And then dude got the Antichrist stuff going, which was awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I can turn off ads for lives, bro. I can pick what kind of ad. I mean, who wrote the Bible? I mean, man, right? I don't know exactly. I mean, the King James Bible, I guess King James, who also wrote the demonic style, I guess the Book of Demons or something like, or the Book of Satan. I don't know. Yeah, dude, YouTube Premium's well worth it. Arians wrote the Bible. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Premium's worth every penny, dude. It is. It is. I rock it. Although I swear to God, I don't get I don't get the cut from Premium. Like I get a cut of Premium, but I feel like it's not quite. I get a lot more on ads. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Premium. Yeah, I'm not getting what as many people that are paying for it. I feel like I'm getting a little maybe shortchanged on that one, but I don't know. Could be bull. Yeah, dude. Like I don't know. So it's been crazy. It's been some awesome content out here. It's been really cool. Um, I heard a really good one that I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if you guys saw this guy real quick though. The Russian speech. This guy, the way he speaks, I've never heard anything like him. It's absolutely amazing. How he puts everything that's taking place in the United States and has taken place for a long time. Um, he actually sticks up for us. It's pretty cool. But I'll get to him right after this one because this one is crazy, right? So I don't know if you guys, I forget his name, but he's a TikToker and he does almost like only the ice wall content, lands beyond the ice wall. He put together this, or attempted to anyway, this exhibition. Like he's really into trying to sail beyond the ice wall, right? But he received a message from this gentleman, and I should have found the video. I probably still could on my TikTok before and share it with you guys. But the story that this gentleman told him is insane. So this gentleman was or is a descendant of the like ancient Polynesian tribes, okay? And apparently 2000 years ago, they were one of the best seafaring clans on the planet. Like they were really good at navigating the ocean like 3,000 years ago. They had pretty much navigated the entirety of the earth, and they had gotten to the point where they had kind of, if you believe in the ice wall, um, followed the ice wall, right? Well, they followed the ice wall all the way around and found a gate, which would essentially kind of be considered on the north side. It's not the Summer Gate by Antarctica, but it's called the Serpent's Gate on the north side. Because north is technically center, but it's, I guess, if you're looking conventionally, it's like the north side gate, and it looks like it goes to Asgard and maybe some of those islands here. Let me see here. Yeah, the islands, maybe here. Let me see if I can expand this a little bit more. It's freaking not leaving me much here. Where are we at? Oh my lord. See if I can expand a little bit more. All right. Let me see if I can transform. Center screen. There we go. Okay, I didn't zoom it in much, but these islands right here. So he tells this story, and I guess only the most sacred of elders in the clan in the village are privileged with this information, and it's not to be shared. Like they protect it sacredly, right? Well, basically, I think this kid's dad was an elder and he passed away, but before he passed away, he shared the secret with his son who was emailing this creator. And he said that 2,000 years ago, the Polynesians were sailing in the North Seas and they found what they called the Serpent's Gate, basically a gate going through the ice wall at the very top of the ice wall, I guess, north. He said that they had a crew, they got together a crew, they found this gate, they went back, they gathered a large portion of the village to go through this gate and see what's on the other side. Well, as they're sailing through this gate, they said they ran into these sea monsters. And these sea monsters were so fierce and so hard to get away from. They would literally, one of them, and I'm thinking it's got to be, it reminds me of like a Cthulhu or Leviathan. But basically, it had tentacles and it would reach up onto the boat and snatch them off the boat one by one and pull them into the water. And basically, he said that if you got wrapped up in this thing's tentacles, you were as good as done. There was no getting out of it. You were dead. And they basically battled this Cthulhu like creature and a couple other monsters they referred to. One was like a serpent through this gate the entire time they were sailing through it. It would come back, it would go away, it would come back and grab more and then take them down to the bottom of the ocean. And it would attack like intelligently, right? It wouldn't just do it randomly. It would attack, attack, and then leave, and it would sink the ships. Well, it had gotten almost all of them, but I guess a few ships had sailed through and made it past these monsters and gotten to some islands. And I'm thinking it's these islands like to the west of Asgard. And they called the one island, they landed on this island and were basically able to settle it, but they called it the Island of the Sad Rain because the sky was never sunny. It was constantly gloomy and cloudy, and it would just rain nonstop and never stop raining. Well, apparently they had started their own clan there and were able to build a population, but they were never able to build a sufficient one simply because it was constantly raining. Well, at this point they had grown tired of it. So their crew got back together and built the ships and once again sailed the Serpent's Pass back home. And I guess they got the Serpent and Cthulhu got a lot of them again and they had to fight their way through it, but a few of them made it back. It took the majority of them out, but a few of them made it back. A lot of them, I guess, kind of had gone insane from it, but they had gotten back. And from then on, like, rewind a little bit though, they did leave some of them back there. So they don't know still to this day if some of their villagers actually were able to survive and thrive on these islands, which I thought was crazy. So a few of them stayed back because they said they had figured out how to stop the constant rain, apparently. So a few of them had stayed back. A lot of them wanted to go home. They went home. A lot of them lost their lives on the way. And they basically decided when they got back home that they would never share the secret with anybody. I think it's because they knew that obviously there's a narrative that some powers that be don't want this stuff getting out. So only the sacred of sacred elders can know the actual truth. But I mean, he just shared it basically with a creator who's going to share it on the internet. So, but it's just more, it's more, I guess you could call it, I don't know, proof. You know what I mean? It's still just accounts, witness accounts. But I don't know. To me, there's not much better proof, especially when it comes to like ancient peoples that were here 2,000 years ago. Um, but basically, he said that they don't whisper a word of it to this day. And they do that to protect their village people and their people because they figure that if they let it out, um, that it could end them, essentially. But I just thought it was funny because I always see comments, right? I always see comments hating on the theory of, the lands beyond the ice wall, the idea of it, and people kind of scoff at it or laugh at it. And I just look at it like this, right? As elaborate of a story as this is, as amazing of a story from the Navigator to this story and many others, and not one Hollywood exec has heard it, or if they have, they've never ever decided to run with a story about lands beyond the ice wall. Like they've never decided to make a movie or a video game or anything pertaining to such a crazy, amazing, cool story. Like the Navigator story would be so awesome in a movie, right? And yet they don't do it. That's kind of like me to me that I look at that like why wouldn't they make a movie about that? It would be awesome. Well, because they don't want to give any ideas, I feel like. At the end of the day, I feel like they don't want to give any ideas that there might be lands out there. They don't want to get people's minds turning, thinking possibly there could be lands, and maybe our world, isn't a sphere, or, you know, could be maybe not necessarily flat, but could be something like this. And they don't want to plant those seeds. They don't want to plant those seeds. And I think a lot of that has to do with in history, because in history, when that seed got planted in too deep, I think a reset would take place, possibly. And obviously, this is all for entertainment purposes only. This is all like hypothetical, if possible, if true type stuff. Um, we just entertain any theories that are intriguing, right? That's what I like to do anyway. But yeah, no. So I thought that was really cool though, the Polynesians, and they fought these serpents, and it makes you wonder, could one of those serpents be the Leviathan? Could one of those creatures actually be the Leviathan? Or the Cthulhu, right? It'd be crazy actually to think about it, like, and it's just that's what I love about this niche, because like you hear these stories, oh, the Cthulhu, Leviathan, are they epic tales? Are they just folklore? Or, could they have been real? Could it been possible? And then you hear something like that from the Polynesians and hear actual accounts of them seeing these sea creatures, battling them, and getting ravaged by them, and you're like, wow, possibly was real. Crazy, right? Crazy. But yeah, no, I just had to tell you guys that story. I'll tell you what here. What's his name? I'm sure you guys follow him. Some of you guys gotta follow him. Uh, this is supposedly here. I think I thought I shared this, but I'll airdrop it real quick. This is a pretty cool video. It seems legit. Really legit. But I've been using those AI detectors lately. They seem to be generally pretty accurate. In fact, I have a couple of videos that I'm going to show you guys that are allegedly, if you watch my video that I post on YouTube, you saw the one of the TR3B, which I thought for sure was fake. I thought that was for sure fake. Um, when I first saw it on TikTok, I skipped right over it. I was like, that's AI for sure. But it turns out after doing the AI detectors, you know, I had a couple of them maybe, and it varies, right? It varies. Sometimes I'll get like a 15 or a 20%, that it's produced by AI, but then on that same video, I'll get like a 0.4%. Like it's just guaranteed pretty much not to be AI. And I'm going to show you guys a couple today that I'm like, holy crap. I know, right? I know. I worry about that too with the AI being programmed. I do. I worry about that. I worry about it being biased, especially after that dude's conversation with ChatGPT, y'all. That was wild. That was wild. That the fallen were actually influencing Sam Altman. Do you guys believe that? Do you guys think that it's possible that maybe he could be the possible Antichrist? I don't know. It makes you wonder. Definitely makes you wonder. Okay, hold on here. I wanted to see if that TR. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys this too. The TR3B B video. Like I thought for sure, unless AI is getting good at faking AI out, which is very highly possible. I mean, if anybody's gonna do it, AI is probably gonna fake out itself. But geez, you'd sure think it would be able to pick up on it. I don't know. Why is that 178 worlds dominating here? Oh, why is it doing that? Come on, man. Get 178 worlds out of here. Doesn't seem to want to be playing in order for some reason. Come on. There we go. This one right here. This one's crazy. Crazy. They're saying this is real. And I mean, after I read the history about it, the electromagnetic fields that it uses and the pulses to actually exploit anti-gravity aircraft is crazy. Check it out. It looked AI to me, but man, I don't know. I've seen a lot of people sharing it. One of the ways I really watch and test AI videos is the 8 seconds, because VO3 or VO3, whatever you want to call it, is the most advanced video making AI right now, at least to me. I'm using it, and you can't get over 8 seconds. No, this chick right here, yeah. So this chick right here was supposedly Neanderthal, and her mother was Neanderthal, and her father was Denisovan. So I'm gonna show you some videos, right? The reason I chose this picture to show you guys is because I have some videos that I come across on TikTok, of course, of the Tartarians pre-flood. Legit Tartarian. I mean, I'm pretty confident in them that they're legit. Tartarian videos pre-flood. Let me see here. Tartarian. I have so many videos right now to show you guys. But it was wild because it was hard to see because the video was pretty grainy and it wasn't like what we have today. But they had video pre-flood, right? Um, in theory, this is just me spitballing here. And this is assuming that the mud flood was a lot more recent than the Bible says it was, right? Um, but they looked so much like her. And think about it, it's a whole different race of people. So they might not look necessarily like you and I. They looked so much like her. It was freaky. I was like, "Wow, that is that is what they look like. Tartarians, the pre-flood, not all of them maybe, but a group of them. And I just remember being taken aback because I was like, I never thought of them looking necessarily much different than us. But I mean, it all probably depends on the fallen and what they look like, right? Uh, yeah. So I was just amazed by it. I was like, wow, they just their features were just so much, and not to be mean or anything, but like they just, they're rough around the edges looking. You know what I mean? This kind of whoa, it kind of takes you back a little bit. But yeah, no, they looked definitely Neanderthalic, for sure. Um, Here, I wanted to show you guys that kid here real quick though. Hold on. And this video real quick. I know it's easy for me to get off on tangents here. Hold on here. I just got so much stuff. I haven't gone live in forever. I'm trying to amp up my game for you guys. I'm trying to step it up. Um, I took a hard hit on Facebook for a little while, and it took me a little bit to kind of get out of my slump for a second. But no, dude, I'm going all in, heavy as hell on YouTube. I'm gonna start going real hard on YouTube. I'm gonna start going live more, posting longer videos. I'm getting back. I got to get back to storytelling. I already got a couple cool stories lined up. Um, I don't know if any of you saw the trailer for the new Black Myth game, the Zongqi, the story of Zongqi. I actually put together a bunch of his tales. I'm gonna tell that in a story format, coming up probably really soon. So, and some of the stories that he has are awesome. They're really, really cool. So, just in light of the game, um, I'm definitely gonna tell some of those stories. And then I was thinking about doing like a breakdown of mythical beasts, and cryptids, kind of like a iceberg of them type thing, and doing it in a way not like pseudo science, I guess. It's always pseudo science, but um to those that don't believe, I guess. But this a couple books I found break down like mythical beasts in a way that I've never seen before. In a way that they treated it as if they were valid. They biologically break them down, and just how accurately they go into the makeup of these beings, from the unicorn to the horns of the unicorn. Like, awesome stuff. I just thought it was a really fascinating content, whether absolutely true or not. It's just really freaking cool. They break down vampires, werewolves, the wild man, which is the Bigfoot, phoenix, all kinds of different beasts. And I just thought it would be really cool to do a video on that too. So I've kind of been putting a video like that together. And you guys got to remember, I'm trying to do this all on my own. So I'm trying to stay independent. I don't really want, like, if I have to have an editor or something, I want it to be my girl. So I don't know. And she's working right now. So, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get, you know, to the point where maybe, she could come help me out, but we'll see what happens eventually, hopefully. But I've been stepping my game up, getting better equipment and all that stuff. So, um, here, let me show you this video real quick though of the Serpent gates up there on the north side of the ice wall here. I'll download. And I want to show you that kid too. I want to actually show his story the way he tells it on the Polynesians real quick too. I'd like to. Thought I had it lined up. So did you all see too, Mr. Beast and Aiden's conversation on the ice wall? That was crazy. Mr. Beast more or less like kind of low key. And I don't know. Some people are like, oh, he did it for streams. He did it for streams. I don't know, man. It's hard to say. It seemed kind of legit to me. It seemed like he was legitimizing it for sure. Is that it? Yeah, must be it. I don't know, man. It looks legit. Hmm. I wonder who's taking this footage. Pretty rough waters, that's for sure. I don't know if he shows it at the very beginning. Maybe right in there. The center, yeah, where he zooms in. Huh. That ice wall stuff is just crazy, ain't it? It would be cool to see it. All right. So that's that video. Hold up here real quick here. See if I can find this kid. Gotta go through my watch history real quick. Yeah, how do you guys like that new feature too on TikTok that you can see who watches your videos or whatever and who likes them and all that? That's pretty wild. Sometimes I don't know if I like knowing that type of stuff. Hold up here. I got a crazy Everest video too to show you guys. Where's he at? Come on, come on, come on. No, I saw that story pretty recently. Where you at, buddy? Do any of you guys watch Philip Zeba? You guys watch him? Yep, TikTok is a casino telling. That's funny. Man, I felt bad for him when old Milo went in on him, man. Where's the kid? Come on. See if I can just search. Ice wall. He'll probably come up. That's all he talks about. Yep, right there. Charlie T. Griffin. That's his name. I'm sure some of you follow him. Hold on. Right here. All right, I got it. I got it. Hold up. I'm gonna let him tell you this story too. He'll probably do a little better detail than me. Hold on. I just found this story really fascinating. It was really good. I hope he tells in a little better detail and maybe a little more organized, you know, instead of just a TikTok. Some of these guys need to start doing more of that YouTube style format. Go a little more in depth and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this. Oh boy, what lurks beneath's been popping off though, right? Man, he killing it. I like his stories too. I remember there was a time where I actually had more followers than him. When we both first started, we kind of both started around the same time. He's doing a really good job. All right, here we go. Yeah, yup. What, mermaids are not good? I don't know. Okay. I think there's both good and bad ones, I would say.
This is a descendant of one of the...
Hold on. For some reason, it's not populating the sound right off the rip. Kind of annoying. I don't know why it's not doing that. I don't know if I need to change a setting or what. It's got to be the one. Whoa. What just happened? You guys good? That was weird. Everything gravy? Did you guys see that my screen black out for a second? Did you guys screen black out? That was weird. The Book of You, not what's the knock sound remind you of in the name? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Who's all Nephilim now? The Sirens? I don't know about that. I think they could be, yeah, maybe crosses or like lab experiments or something. Maybe I don't know. I don't think they're all bad. I have to think there's some good ones. I've heard stories of them doing good things. I remember this one kid told me a story about, and I never retold it, but he told me that uh, he swore it was true that him and a couple, it might have been him, his father, and maybe I don't know, brother or something, or a couple of his good family members anyway, were on a boat in the ocean, and all of a sudden the a storm just came out of nowhere and hit them hard, and basically tossed all of them off the boat into the water. And he said he can remember that he was starting to go under, and he was swimming with everything he had, but he was just getting too tired. He was starting to go under, and he said that basically he kind of like life flashing before your eyes situation. He was like, I'm cooked, I'm dead, sinking. And all of a sudden, he said, out of nowhere, he said this mermaid swam up to him, grabbed him, and swam him up to the surface, and then like more or less swam him to where he could like set his feet down and walk into the shore, more or less. But yeah, he said he swears it's true that the other two guys that he was with ended up dying, but the mermaid saved him. He said so. That was crazy. I couldn't believe it when he told me that story. That was a wild story. Um, I believed him 100% too. I think he was telling the truth. So I don't know. They can't all be bad, right? All right. So check this guy's story out about the Polynesians here. Wow, interesting. Horrifying. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. You guys cannot hear it? How can you not hear it, bro? How? It should be able to hear it. Come on. That is so fucking frustrating. God. I literally am doing exactly the same thing that I did for the rest of them. I don't understand it. You can hear me? I don't understand it. It was literally playing. Hold on. I don't get it. There's no reason you guys shouldn't hear it. I did nothing different. Come on. I can hear it just fine. I don't get how you guys can't hear it. Every video up to this point, right? You can hear me, right? I scrolled the chat, you guys, is why I didn't see your chats. I scrolled the chat up top and I wasn't seeing your chats. Um, I don't understand it. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. So where is it? Dude, I swear to God, this is a calculated attack. It's like they're trying. It's like this is intentional. I swear to God, bro. Why would it not? I just don't get it. Every video up to this point plays sound. Um, hold on. Um, I don't get it. I airdropped it. I'll tell you what, maybe I'm not seeing any sound. There it is right there. It's so weird. It's right there. I'm telling you. It's right here. Properties. I'm telling you. Biofuel guy, okay. I swear audio input capture is me. That's me. Monitor off. Hold on here. I'm gonna try adding it again in a second. Cause dude, it was weird as hell. Like, did you guys not see it when I added that video? It blacked out. You can hear me, right? Y'all can hear me. It's not muted though. Okay, that's what I thought. That is so when I don't know if you guys saw it. You guys like so when I first uploaded his video, right? My screen went black. I thought it booted me. As soon as I uploaded his video, my screen went black. And then it came back. I don't know. It's just weird as hell. Hold on. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try again. Hold up. I was all into it, man. I thought you guys were into it too. I apologize, dude. My bad. God. Try one more time here. Hold on. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. for sure. I'm glad you're putting up with me still. But I swear to God, sometimes it's not my fault. Hold on here. So I'm adding it again.
This is a descendant of one of the first groups of people who traveled beyond the ice wall of Antarctica, the ancient
Okay. Now we go to advanced audio. Okay, right here. Charlie Griffin. Okay. It's monitor off right now. So I'm going to go to monitor and output both. Let's try that. But you shouldn't have to do that. You should only have to do monitor only. Right,
Polynesian tribe, and his name is Justin. This is all the information that he gave me in an encrypted email.
I am a descendant of the great Polynesian explorers.
My ancestors navigated the Polynesian Triangle until the Long Pause, where my people stopped exploration of the seas for 2,000 years. The reason why my people...
I had it working. Okay, hold up. Oh, it's good. You can hear it now? Okay. All right. So I made it monitor and output, but you shouldn't have to do that usually. All right, I'm going to start it over now because I ain't pausing it. All right, cool. Sorry, guys. Sorry. It's not a regular stream if we don't have one sound bite that fucks up, right? Hold on. Hold on. Wrong video's on top. We're going to figure out which one it is.
will cease their voice.
All right. Bing. Come on, scroll to the top, sucker. I don't know. This one's just going to get removed. Bye. My lord.
One of the first groups of people who traveled beyond the ice wall of Antarctica, the ancient Polynesian tribe, and his name is Justin. This is all the information that he gave me in an encrypted email.
I am a descendant of the great Polynesian explorers.
My ancestors navigated the Polynesian Triangle until the Long Pause, where my people stopped exploration of the seas for 2,000 years. The reason why my people ceased their voyages across the Pacific is a closely guarded secret. Only a select few of Polynesian elders are trusted with keeping it. When my father, who was one of the elders, died, the other elders told me the mystery behind the Great Pause. The elder told me that our people had sailed beyond the ice wall, specifically at the Serpent's Gate. The intense desire for my people to explore had sent them to a great peril. They endured many hardships during the voyage, and the monsters that guarded the Serpent's Gate were adamant to not let my people through. Many of them died, but the strongest of the Polynesian sailors had made it through. They traveled up to what is now known as Xenonesia, but my people called it Panua Ole Ua Leiloa, or the Land of the Lost. It was here that they made a temporary outpost to lick their wounds from a long perilous journey at sea. Living on Xenonesia was hard as the land was unforgiving. The sky was pitch black with what my people called Leitimu Fenoa Enoa, or the sad rain. After years of attempting to settle and failing, the majority of us decided to brave the seas and leave the island behind. But a small group of determined settlers stayed behind as they believed they had figured out a way to mitigate the sad rain. And for all we know, their descendants could remain there to this day.
I bet they do
Group
too.
that left ventured back home, but were ravaged by storms and other monsters. Specifically one that they called the Great Horror, also known as the Mata Utia Tele. After researching and comparing accounts of the elders, I believe it is one of the Rogo Tumu Hei. The elders told me that the monster would stalk the people returning home, grabbing them with their tentacles and pulling them down to the depths of the sea. Even if they managed to fend off some of the tentacles, if a single one grabbed onto anyone, they were as good as dead. Their memories and in severe cases, their motor skills were severely limited. They were poisoned for life. After a while of hardships, they finally returned home, almost 18 years later after they made it past the ice wall. Immediately, they spread their tales of adventure, the horrors that lie beneath the sea. Polynesians vowed to never explore the oceans again, for fear of what would hunt them. 2,000 years, the widespread tale of what happened slowly faded into a well-kept secret, held only by the most trusted elders. I have shared with you the secret of the Polynesian long pause, and I hope that you are the right person to share it with. I wish you luck in your campaign to find the truth. If you'd like to reach me, here's my phone number and my email, and I prefer that you text me. That's what he said to me. But I'm probably not going to do that. I'm just going to communicate with them through email, because we got to make sure that it's safe and secure and encrypted. So that was it. That was the whole message that they sent me. What do you guys think?
Dude, that's one of the coolest parts, and I kind of miss it, like, about being on. A part of me wishes sometimes I had time to really put into TikTok, but um, that was cool about TikTok. Sometimes you'd get people that would share stuff like this with you. Y'all remember Monstro, man? He shared some awesome tales with me, man. I felt so privileged to hear some of his ancestors' stories similar to these. Amazing stories that, I have a feeling are rooted a lot in truth. But yeah, that is an honor to be shared that story, and I've never heard it, so I thought that was really cool for sure. That kid does a pretty good job. I know he wanted to do an expedition or something like that at one point in time, but I don't think it really is panning out necessarily, but um it'd be high risk, I'll tell you that. It'd be really high risk. You all saw that video a couple years back where those dudes on a little fishing charter or whatever tried to sail to the ice wall, and it wasn't shoot, they weren't past a certain point for a mile, and a freaking Navy warship appears on the horizon. Yeah, you guys aren't going nowhere, and if you keep going, we're gonna pretty much just blow you to bits. So yeah, they pretty much have that highly regulated these days. It's not like, for example, when this tale was uh, back then. It's just not the same anymore. I think that uh, if you wanted to get past the ice wall today, you can't do it by ship. You'd have to do it by sub. Um, and even then, you'd be lucky to get past it. You really would. I guarantee they got it probably welly covered under the water too. Maybe maybe a high speed UFO type craft, you'd get past it, or probably like Stargates, if you could get lucky enough to find something like that. Or if you could teleport like Jesus, I guess that'd be the last one. But yeah. So I don't know if y'all heard this Russian speech that I shared. It got so much traction. People absolutely loved it, and I did too. I thought it was just awesome, awesome content. So the way this gentleman speaks is truly unlike anybody I've ever heard speak. Um, he's very smart, very intelligent guy. He definitely knows what he's saying. To me, to a degree, anyway. You know, it's all based on kind of opinion and stuff like that too. But just with his words, dude, this guy could get a long ways. And it actually kind of made me feel proud to be an American again, which has kind of been moments like that have been few and far between. Not just in either tenure of presidency. They both, you know, so they are all fighting. I think pretty much sure they are fighting for the same team across the board. So check this guy out though. He's awesome. Yeah, exactly. No way. Sorry. Okay. This is what it is. For some reason, you guys could hear the other videos I was sharing. Okay, so what it is, it's got to be 100%. Hold on, let me find the Russian speech. It's got to be monitor and output. It's got to be what it is. All right, so I'm going to change it all to monitor and output. I don't know why some work on just monitor only. Like right now, my voice to you guys, that's what's so confusing about this. Let me show you. Okay. Hold on here. I'm going to turn these all to monitor and output. Hold on. I don't think you guys can see this anyway, but here, actually, I can show you. Let me show you. Hold on. I'll show you what I'm dealing with here. Do a macOS screen capture. Boom. Okay. Hold on here. Let me get myself above this. Bing. And then I'm going to, well, frick. I don't want you to see all that crap. Oh, hold on. There's a way to properties. You can hide OBS from the capture, but I want you to see the screen I want to see here. Maybe it'll show it. Hold on. No, it's not showing it. Okay, hold on. So I can't hide OBS from capture if you guys want to see it. Bing. I'm going to cover the screen in a second, so you're going to not see that in 2 seconds. So right here, you go advanced audio properties, right? You guys should be able to see that. Hopefully you're not seeing it in 1,000. Hopefully I'm covering it good enough. But it has basically every sound of every video I got uploaded. And some of them will work on what I got here, monitor only, mute output, right? Some of them will play the sound. Like right here, here's my audio. This right here is my audio. I have it on monitor off. That really doesn't make sense. You shouldn't be able to hear me. I have it on monitor off. But if I go to monitor only and mute output, so I shut that off, but you guys can still hear me, right? And then some of the videos I can mute the output because sometimes it'll echo if you don't. So, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to monitor and output as well. So every video, it should play the sound output. That's always confused me about OBS. I don't know why. The sound has always been funky like that. Like some videos, sometimes I'll do a live and I'll pick the middle one because I don't want to hear the echo or whatever, and it'll work the whole stream. And obviously today it's deciding it doesn't want to. It wants to have both. So we're gonna do both. That's got to be what it is. In the beginning, though, you guys, in the beginning, the videos you were hearing, they were on the middle one. So I don't know. It's maybe just the type of, I don't know, metadata or something maybe that it has, or like those videos. So there you go. There's a quick lesson in why it seems like I mess up the sound all the time. Okay. Get the screen capture off because that drives me crazy. Bye. All right. Let's try this again. Tell me if you can hear.
Listen to this guy. Crazy what he says.
Poor people of America. Not because they are weak, but because they were the first to see the machine from the inside. And I'm about to defend the working class of America like no one ever did. And by the time I finish, you'll see them with different eyes. For over a century, the American people have been fighting back. They have. Through civil disobedience, whistleblowers, grassroots movements, union strikes, and the relentless invocation of their constitution. The real battle wasn't red versus blue, it was corporation versus constitution. And every time the people gained ground, the system adapted. You have to understand something very important. When a system becomes parasitic, it doesn't destroy its enemies first. It destroys the host. And America has been the host. America was also the test lab. They were first to be flooded with addictive pharmaceuticals. First to be buried in weaponized death. First to be psychologically fractured by engineered identity wars. First to be entertained into sedation. And first to be punished. Because if Americans woke up fully, it would be game over for the machine. That's why the system doesn't fear a foreign enemy. It fears the awakening of its own people. The American people are a hero. But no one told them they were living in the dragon's mouth. And what you're witnessing, in the collapse of trust, the social chaos, the inability to distinguish truth from manipulation, isn't because the people have failed. It's because the people have been systematically broken and then blamed for it. They are not the tyrants. They are the first line of resistance that's being crushed preemptively, so the rest of the world won't get any ideas. So what now? Do we abandon them? Do we mock them? Or do we finally recognize that behind the opioid crisis, the obesity, the division and the rage is a population in mourning? Mourning the death of its sovereignty, its family structures and its purpose. The question isn't whether Americans deserve to be free. The question is whether they'll remember that they were born to be. And when they do, when the host wakes up and identifies the parasite, the entire machine cracks.
And dude, his whole page is filled with like just speech after speech like that. I don't, it's wild the way he puts things together. It's genius level stuff. I mean, dude could motivate anybody. I swear to God. It makes you wonder though, like what he's talking about, right? As I feel, I agree with him that Americans were kind of the staple of, you know, uprising against the government, uprising against a tyrannical government, or kind of we were the first in line, like he said, to demand a certain quality of living, or demand a certain quality of life, pursuit of happiness and all that stuff. I look back at that and I'm like, the Constitution, right? If the world, you guys see that the world seemingly, and it's starting to seem more so every day, and the powers that be are beginning to me to show their hand more and more every day, with no remorse. It seems that they're getting to the point where they know we're not going to do anything right about it, so they just continue to pour it on. And what he said just resonated with me. I was like, wow, like all the and I hope I don't get like in trouble for talking about this, but like just the demonic propaganda that is just constantly pushed in our faces, nonstop, nonstop, just just cutting down God, the Bible, and just instilling in a society that in our society that God is a joke, the Bible's a joke, Jesus is a joke, and then just continue to push this Baphomet, uh, cult-esque buck with the cabal type content in the music, like I look at it like I see these like movies, you know what I'm saying? Like how often do you see a movie that's not just so negative oriented or gore and guts and just like I used to like I can't even watch it anymore, right? I've just gotten to the point where like I just can't watch, movies like The Devil's Rejects or like, just The Hills Have Eyes, like just all that crap. It's so dark. If you actually sit back and look, it's so dark. The killing and just the dirt, like, and it seems like it's just constantly just poured onto our society. And it makes you wonder if the founding fathers were maybe not of our lands, that maybe they foresaw this coming, and that's why they instilled what they instilled in our Constitution to protect us, because they knew what was going to become of the future already before it even happened. And that maybe they were, like I look at George Washington. For his time, he was huge, he was tall. Um, I just think that it's very possible that they may have been of Tartarian descent, and had every idea that this was going to happen, but it did what they could by writing the Constitution to help protect future generations as much as they could without actually physically being here, right? Because I just look at it like if the world's so evil, and it seems to be, how did the Constitution even get a chance to populate? Like, how did even anybody get a chance to do something democratic or build any type of democracy? It's just wild it even happened. It really is, and we're really lucky that it did. We're definitely really lucky that it did, for sure. I think sometimes it's easy to take this country for granted. Definitely. So here, let me see. Check this out. Is it gonna go? Why isn't it? Maybe I got too much. Maybe I have too many videos in my. I'm gonna start removing the ones I watch here. Hold on here. Holly Griffin. Let's remove that. Boom. I guess I'll just go to this picture. So this picture, y'all, is crazy. This apparently is a picture that somebody had taken. I don't know whether it was probably early 2000s, maybe, but it was apparently a gentleman who lived on the Loch Ness or near the Loch Ness who had allegedly had encounters with them, right? And was able to snap not just this picture, but multiple pictures of a plesiosaur. Now, he was allegedly, after he got these pictures, right? And he was going to publish them and he was going to be famous, and, he couldn't be more excited until, right? Like, until, no, like old boy there. I always watch it. I watch his videos. My girl likes watching them in the morning. He's good. So a couple of guys show up to his house. You know the deal. You know the drill. In suits, and basically tell him that he's risking his entire family if he shares the pictures he was able to take. So he listened. He listened and he kept his mouth shut. And nobody, not even his own son, could actually get out of him what he had seen or what he had done or taken as far as pictures. Until after he passed away, and he took everything about it to his grave. He was so terrified of what could happen if to his family if this were to get out. Well, apparently he passed away. His son was going through his stuff, and lo and behold, he came across these. And I looked it up on AI. I looked it up on AI or AI detector, AI video or picture detectors. I did video on the videos, but picture detectors for these. Some of them double up, some of them do both. But almost every single one I got was this is not likely to be AI. And the more you look at it, and the detail of it is insane. Um, just the debris on the water, the skin, the shape. Do I believe that somebody took this picture though? They took the original and they doctored it. They screwed up on that. They shouldn't have done that. They took the original and I believe like they might have put it through a CapCut 8K filter. You know what I mean? Something like that. So it might have AI doctoring, but I believe the original to be real. And another detail that's just stands out to you that's like, why would AI give him this scar? Why would AI give it this scar right here? Uh on his like back to belly. AI, I don't know why AI would do that. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of look at certain things like that. Like also, it seems as if possibly there is another creature under it, swimming with it. And then you see the ripples in the water, and it kind of how it magnifies and makes the neck look distorted. Crazy stuff. I mean, crazy stuff. I totally truly believe in the giant turtle. What do you get a turtle out of that, Brody? That doesn't even remotely look like a giant turtle. Um, yeah, I believe plesiosaurs exist 100%. I believe they're just elusive and smart. They're intelligent. They've dealt with humans longer than we've even been. Our race has been here. I feel they know to hide. They're not stupid. Let's see here. All right. Usually when there's lore or legend around something like that, like that's so rooted and just deep within the lore or the um yeah, Scottish folklore, right? Scottish, I'm pretty sure. Loch Ness is in Scotland. Or yeah, I think so. Or Ireland. One of the two. But anyway, yeah, it's so rooted in their lore that it's just gotta have some truth to it. It's gotta have validity. Okay, I'm gonna remove that here. Now I don't know why this black screen is just chilling. I don't understand that. It should be right. So annoying. Oh, here, I gotta do this little arrow thing to populate it. All right, let's see. Let's see if the sound works. Scotland, that's what I thought. I was right the first time. Um,
Wait, have you ever been to Antarctica?
did you hear that? Did you hear that? I told you I have stacked videos, y'all. This is from a long time. I probably could break it up into 2 lives, truly, because I got so many of them. Well, who's trolling so much? I'm confused. Ascended Awakening. Oh, okay. Salmon, Anoa, Anonymous, Seek Eshua. Blessed are the peacemakers. Yup, long neck, the arm. They look good. That looked like a real picture to me. I haven't been super on the comments here. Kyle Myers. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can absolutely ask AI to add scars. Absolutely. It could be a light beam as well. It could be. I thought it looks like a scar, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. It looks like a giant turtle. It's definitely a baby. It's definitely a baby plesiosaur. That was definitely a baby. I should have pointed that out. I was anti-Masonic until I learned my grandfather. Yeah, there. I think there was good. I think there was good Masons. I don't think they're all bad. Truth be told, about if we got into the whole religion thing, right? Not to get too deep into it, but I think that the powers that be, they strategically designed religion in a way that people get consumed by only worshiping a man or an idol or a book, uh, a figure. They twisted it into a thing of worshiping something outside of yourself and concentrating so much on that that you forget that actually it's all within, and that the goal here truly, had things not gotten messed up, the goal of life is to develop your spiritual self through your experiences in life. And meditation, learning how to go from spirit to body, right? Astral travel, go from, in meditating and finding within what spirit means and what it's about. I think that religion may have been implanted in the way it is and what it is now, not all bad, but a lot of it causes wars, and it's over technicalities that it's silly, but that's all designed. It's all designed to distract you from the real purpose of life, which is to find your inner spirit, get in touch with, the infinite one, or the source, and that the source isn't necessarily one man, one book, one religion, one idea, that it's all within every one of us, and we're supposed to figure that out. I think uh was the original plan, but I think sometimes, yeah, they don't necessarily want us to ascend on that level. But that's just my kind of outlook on it. I don't think, yeah, No Skin Funded does awesome vids. He does. Dude, he's a good man. Good man. It's weird. We used to know Sally, Claudio. Um, we used to talk quite a bit, man. I'd get a hold of him at least once a month just to see how he's doing, what's new, make sure he's all right, because he's had some pretty interesting encounters to say the least, because of what he's saying. And then one day it was really weird. My house had burnt down, and well, not my house per se, my house that I owned with my dad. My dad and my uncle were living in it. Um, and he had offered me, because I did a GoFundMe for it to help clean up and just get my dad and my uncle, because they lost everything. He had offered to donate to my GoFundMe and asked me to share the link or whatever. And I don't know if it was my girlfriend or if it was me. I don't even know. Cause there's times, how you get, you just go through your messages and you're looking and you're just going through them, and maybe you don't have time to answer or whatever. But he got left on scene, and I don't think has anything to do with it. I'm not saying it does. It bums me out that it went this way, because it puts that question out there that maybe maybe he was offended by that. But I truly believe that he's like cutting off contact with people back here, or watching who he talks to, because he doesn't want to put anybody in a bad predicament or situation where maybe they think that y'all are associated, or I don't know. I think he's protecting people by not talking to him, truly, because he's turned off his comments on a lot of his stuff. Uh, More or less just gone totally ghost. It's wild. Wild. And in one of his books, he actually allegedly went to the ancestral libraries, apparently. So I'm guessing he went there, like beyond, like the ancestral lands. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know why he'd ever leave if he did. Well, I come back here, that's for sure. No. If you get the hell out of Dodge, get out of Dodge. Okay, I want to see what else I got here. Oh, here, I wanted to play Mr. Beast video real quick. And let me know if you can hear this.
Ever been to Antarctica?
Yeah.
Do you
Should
believe
be
in
able
the ice wall?
Yeah, I saw the ice wall.
Well,
XQC.
Yeah, you saw it
I
too.
saw the ice ball. I like
can't, bro, I can't
XQC,
stand
actually.
straight. What
No
I saw.
way. But
Because
we'll talk about. Wait, have you
I
ever
don't
been?
think
Have you ever been to Antarctica?
Yeah.
Do you believe in the ice wall?
Yeah, I saw the ice wall.
Well,
Yeah, he saw it too.
I can't stay on stream. What I
No
saw.
way.
Oh, they're watching him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, but
Because
we'll talk about it later. That's
Yeah. Let's just say you always need someone with you when you're in Antarctica.
You always need someone with you. What did he mean by that? You always need someone with you when you're in Antarctica. That's interesting. What does he mean by that? That's got me curious. I missed that the first time. Why did he say that? Like a chaperone? You gotta have someone there.
Ever been to Antarctica?
I know
Do
XQC's
you believe in
funny.
the ice wall?
Yeah, I saw the ice wall.
Well,
Yeah, he saw it too.
I can't.
He wanted to. He wanted to say it. I am what? So you've been looking into the highest stuff though? Ascended? Yo, I agree. I don't think it's a bad thing to worship God though. Jesus is definitely real. The Bible is mostly true. Did you guys see the stuff on Lot's wife and the story of her turning into a pillar of salt? Did you see that they found it? It's absolutely her. 100%, in my opinion. 100%. And she's a giant, by the way. She's definitely a giant. No doubt in my mind, she's a giant. Let's see. Let's go find those. Let's go find those pictures. I'm going to go find those. We're going to share those. We're going to talk about those real quick. Crazy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, if she's not a giant, I don't know how she got that tall, but she's a giant. They were giants. Right there it is. You know, I wonder if you could see it on Google Earth. Makes you wonder. Hold on here. I mean, it just is insane. What a horrifying fate. Hold on here, guys. And all that was supposed to be a legend, of course, not true. Every story in the Bible, I believe to be founded in truth, for sure. Right here. Here's Lot's wife. Pillar of salt. Let's see the next one here. Boom. There she is. It looks as though maybe she was carrying something on her head. And my question as well is, who are the poor saps over here by her, right next to her? Who are those poor saps? Well, obviously, clearly, to me, giants. Giants for sure. But yeah, you can see here on the right of Lot's wife, I believe, Lot's wife, you can see blatantly that someone is kissing their loved one because they know it's the end of them. It's then. They're done. They looked. They turned around. They saw the. Yep, she turned back. She looked, and it was a flash that was so great that it literally whoa. Why does it keep doing that shit, bruh? That's so weird. Did you guys see that? How it blacked out like that? Yep, they carry baskets on the head. I feel that. See, I wonder sometimes if it's not Lot. Could it be Lot? I mean, it says they got away, but did they? Why would those people just be out there just chilling? I'm so curious on who they are. But you can clearly see he's kissing his loved one. And you can see his pants. You can see his feet. I mean, it's so obvious. Nobody ever mentions these people next to her. Every video I've seen, they forget to mention that. Well, that's clear as day. Look at that. Come on. You can see dude's feet, bro. You can see he's kissing his loved one, giving him a hug because they know it's done. It's cooked. They're dead. It almost looks like there's a baby in there, doesn't it? Does that not look like a baby? Hold up, hold up, hold up. Look at that. That's a baby, fam. Do you see that? Tell me you see that, folks. Right there in the middle. Right there. Tell me you see that. Hold on. Quit playing. This is wild. That is a friggin' child, bro. Look at that. Am I tripping or am I tripping? Is that a child in their hands? Am I tripping? That looks like a baby. That's crazy, fam. That's crazy. That blows my mind. Yup. Kissing the forehead, then the baby's like right. I wish you guys could see my cursor. Hold on. You guys can't see my cursor. That's annoying. I don't know what to do. Yeah, it does. It looks. I don't know. Those are the people look different back then, y'all. They did not look like us. They didn't. They look different. I know it's grainy, but you can't see that outline of that baby in the little clothes it's out on. Dude, I have a good vision for this stuff. I stare at it like Google Earth. A lot of times I'll see stuff people can't. I try to get my girl to see it. Sometimes I can get her to. Sometimes I can't. But yeah, it's it's like weird. You got to just look for patterns. It's weird. I wish I could clear it up. Maybe I'll try tomorrow or something. But yeah, no, there's no doubt that to me, uh, that's definitely something. Definitely something. But yeah, they were tall. How tall did they say this was? 20 meters? Or 20 feet, I mean? Not 20 meters. It's quite tall, though. I think they said 20 feet. Or 10. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's 20 feet. That's big. And what's crazier yet is they tested this pillar of salt and they found like organic material that only a living organism could contain. Uh, they also found pieces of clothing as well. Um, it's like you guys, it's just it's mud fossil university, is what it is. He's been telling us this for years, years. Nobody will give him a damn ounce of credit either, but he is right every time, dude. That guy knows his stuff. He's definitely a pioneer, and he gets no recognition for it. But dude, he's already known probably that this, he already knew as soon as he saw it. Dude knows. He's been testing this stuff for years. It consistently comes back containing the same percentages of minerals and vitamins and da 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 as the every living being. So the whole thing is just everything's been alive at one point or another. I'm convinced of it. But yeah, no, that was a really cool story. I thought the whole Lot's wife thing, and what's crazy is you know the mainstream is kind of starting to you know become a little bit more okay with pseudoscience when it fits their bill, because there was a time when people would be laughed at for calling that Lot's wife. We realize that, right? People like me who have been saying, you know, obviously not before Mud Fossil. He's been doing it before anybody saying this stuff, but you know, now that it fits their narrative and it makes them look smart, it's okay. But us conspiracy theorists are just whack jobs, right? Pretty funny how that works. But yeah, no, that's clearly to me Lot's wife. But of course, they're gonna have to do some peer-reviewed papers and you know state the obvious for it to be accepted by the mainstream. And what does Philip Zeba like to say? The Google debunkers. Milo hates that. Mini Minuteman hates that. It's funny. Those two went in, man. They Mini Minuteman, dude. He did a number on poor Philip. He sure did. Felt bad for dude. All right. But that is ultimately why you gotta say for entertainment purposes only in these videos. If you push the narrative as fact, even though I believe it, if I push it as fact, I open myself up for targeting. That's truth. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm chewing right in the mic. That's got to be annoying as hell. Okay. Remove the TR3B video. This is wild, y'all. This one freaked me out. Oh, I want you to hear this first, because I'm starting to. It's getting a little late. Been on here for quite a while. I want you to hear this story. This is amazing. This is by far probably one of the most amazing Bigfoot stories I've ever heard. No doubt in my mind. And let me know if you guys hear it.
I got bit by a copperhead.
Okay, I'm going to turn it up here. He does a great job at telling this story. It's obviously his story. Excuse me. Fit the screen. I hate when it's that small, but whatever. Okay. Boom.
Copperhead came out of nowhere and got me right above my boot in my leg. And I was trying not to panic because my granddad always told me, if you ever get bit by a snake, especially copperhead out here, he said, don't panic. Just walk slowly. Well, I had already started panicking. I sat down against this tree and was trying to assess this, exactly where the bite was, and I had an old bandana and I tied it above my leg. And about that same time, I see this mountain lion coming towards me. He is screaming and making all kinds of racket. And I fired my .22 at him a few times, and it just pissed him off, really. Trying to get at me, and by this point, I'm thinking, I'm going to die out here in the woods, and my granddad will never know. Well, that feeling I had of being watched, just thinking back on it now, the state of mind that I was in, I was terrified. I thought I was about to die. I was just ready for it, and I had my gun pointed at this cougar, shooting at it, but it just did nothing. Then all of a sudden, I hear what sounds like a bulldozer coming through the trees. And it came up from behind me. The cat, looked like a normal, like house cats get whenever they're scared. Well, all of a sudden, this big, giant flash of brown fur comes out of nowhere, picks up this cat, slams it against the nearest tree in one foul swoop. I'm shaking at this point, and what I can see in front of me is a tall, bipedal Sasquatch. That's just what it was in my head. But my granddad had always called them wood boogers. I hadn't heard the term Sasquatch till then, or till later. But he always called them wood burgers or wood woes. Well, this big mass of hair and muscle just turns around, and I can see it's a female. And I'm sitting against a tree, and she turns around looking at me. I'm shaking right now, just terrified. And the strangest thing starts to happen. She is acting like she's trying to calm me down with her hands, and she starts making this like cooing noise deep within her chest. I still can't explain it to this day.
I don't know why that touched me when you
I hear people talk about infrasound, and I'm guessing maybe that's what it was, because what it seemed to do is instantly calm me. And even thinking back on it now, it blows my mind that happened. Well, she eases up to me and looks at my leg and then picks me up like a baby and ran me back towards my granddad's place. We were about a good mile and a half in the woods. Now, by this time, I was coming in and out of consciousness, but I know that she was carrying me.
Yep.
And a lot of people say they smell horrible, but this one, she didn't smell horrible. She smelled like a horse, kind of.
Isn't that crazy?
Like a mix between a horse that's been outside all day. Like, she didn't stink. She had an odor to her. Well, she ran me back to my granddad's house, And I remember waking up with her holding me, and I'm looking at the house, and she lets out this really loud whoop. It felt like it blew my eardrums out, honestly. And I'm thinking at this point, oh my God, my granddad's about to freak out. You know, he's going to kill her or something. And he comes out, and his reaction is not what I expected. He runs up to me, and she points at my leg because I had pulled my jeans up. She points to my leg, makes this like grunting noise, and she sounds like she's purring too. He looks at my leg, looks at her, shakes his head like saying thank you, picks me up, puts me in the truck, and then I pass out, and then I wake up in the hospital about 12 hours later.
Dude, I don't know why that story, it touched me on a level I can't even explain. It is just the most amazing Bigfoot story I have ever heard. And the way he told it, dude, he is not lying, bro. He is 100% not lying. There's no way he's lying, bro. And it's just cooing and purring. It's just insane to think about. Like, and picked him up. I mean, dude, it just that shit touched me on a soul level, bro. It's just wild, bro. Like straight up wild. And dude, like the when she gets back and she like whoops to the grandfather, like the grandfather already knew about him, dude. Like he had already probably had interactions with them and knew, like, because of course, what was his first thought? My grandfather's gonna probably kill you. No, he already knew not to kill them, bro. Just crazy. I just do like I used to be such one of them people like back in the day, like, oh Bigfoot, come on, man. Nah, dude. That shit is not. It's you can't make a story up like that, bro. That was amazing to me. I love that story. Really good one. That was one of the best I've ever heard of Bigfoot for sure. Let me see what else we got here. The volcanoes were dragon. The volcanoes are once dragons videos were wild. I never ever put two and two together on that one. These are crazy too, right here. This lady said in her comments that these orbs show up at least. Dogman's good too. Dogman's good too. And actually, Dogman has moments too of not necessarily, I haven't heard any moments of like actually going as far as rescuing a human in any way, shape, or form. But I have heard a couple stories where Dogman wanted nothing to do with actually killing people. They've actually, I've heard of a couple different encounters where Dogman, in no way, shape, or form, wanted to harm that human that they had run into. Now, I've heard many that the exact opposite was true, but there's this one that stood out to me. I heard it a couple years back about where was it? I don't know. It was a military base. And it was kind of generally known because this military base was kind of infringing and starting to push in on territory that at the time they didn't know until it was pretty much too late that a clan of dogmen had been inhabiting for probably thousands of years. But, you know, this new recruit came in and he was paired up with another new guy and they were on night patrol. And they would hang out in the truck, you know, smoke cigarettes, stay warm in the back of this truck. It was the wintertime. and they would chat. And then once every so often, I don't know if it was every half hour maybe, they had to exit the truck to do their duties. And if they didn't, they'd get in trouble. They were being monitored type thing. They'd split up and they'd make their rounds. Well, the time had come for them to split up or get out of the truck, split up, make their rounds. So they do. They get out. The one friend takes off, and the other friend kind of, I don't know if he lingers, for what purpose he lingers, but he kind of just takes it slower and lingers for a little while. And the other friend takes off from the back of the truck, and he turns to go to the front, towards the front of the truck, and head that way. Well, as he turns to go to the front, like to get in front of the truck and walk that way, he looks to his left because he sees this like mass of black. He looks over there and it's at the edge of this building, and it pops out, and it's like probably figured his height, maybe 6 foot. And he's like, "What is that?" He can't make it out. What is that? It doesn't look human. Something was off about it. Well, no sooner is he thinking that than all of a sudden it goes, stands up, and it looks towards the sky, and it lets out a deep, bellowing howl. And it sends chills down his spine. He's like, and it hits him. He knows what it is, but he just doesn't want to admit it. In his head, he's like, am I seeing what I'm actually seeing right now? This thing is literally standing up, howling off 2 feet. Well, he's in shell shock mode, and the thing actually turns, and it looks at him. And he's like, "Oh fuck, oh fuck," he's still shocked at what he's seeing, and it all of a sudden starts coming at him on all fours, fast as it can, and he's trying to get his gun. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a bigger black mass comes in, and boom, smokes the black mass, or the wolf that was coming at him to kill him, and boom, smokes that wolf into the side of the truck. Boom, the truck buckles. And he's like, what is, freaking out. What is happening? And she goes, and he's like grabbing his gun. He finally has it. He's pointing it at her. And she looks at him in the eyes, and in his head, he hears, "Let us pass." He's like, what? He's speaking loud. She's not speaking. She's looking at him, and he's hearing, "Let us pass." And he's like, and he just stands there. He doesn't even say anything. And she just grabs the younger wolf and takes off. And later on, the men in black come in. He knows what he saw. He figures that the one was a juvenile and didn't know any better. They're infringing on their territory, so they're maybe scavenging for food or whatever. The one was a juvenile, seen him, and the other one was the mother. And basically stopped the juvenile from killing the soldier, because she basically knew that if it happened, they would hunt him down. So that was one of the craziest werewolf stories I've heard. That was one where it showed restraint on killing humans, which I always like to, it's interesting to me. I think there's some, though. I agree that somebody said in the comments that the military creates some of these. The whole national park thing and dropping them off there and stuff like that. The military, I think, creates some of these things to be soldiers, to actually, fight and be totally killers, just instinctual killers. Kind of like the story of the guy that was with his 4 friends, and then there's that other story, I forget his name, but that he was What Lurks Beneath interviewed him. He's a black man. He has by far probably one of the craziest werewolf stories I've ever heard. That one is wild, and one of his friends never came back from it. Went wacky, basically cracked his crystal on the spot. because it sent him into freaking total shock.
Wait, have you ever been?
Oops. No, not that one. Hold on. Okay, I thought that was orbs.
Antarctica?
Come on. I wanted to show you these orbs these people see. Hold on, let me see what else we got here. Biofield guy, little Tony. That's a crazy story. I might save some of these. Mermaid video, deer disappear, man on a hoverboard. The alien from the ring camera in Compton was crazy. Underground boring. Volcanoes or dragons. Let's try this one, and then I think we got to call it a night. I'm getting tired here, guys, so let's do this one. This is a good one. He does some good research right here.
Yo, is this the real sun? This is a NASA patent for a sun simulator. You can see the pattern. Now I want you to focus on this part right here. To me, this part resembles a LED light. Now this is a red light that I have in my house. I use it at night, it's just more calming. Now, if you take a picture of an LED light, it'll actually cause a little reflection in certain parts of the screen depending on where you move the camera angle. And this is a reflection of that LED light. Now I started doing that with the sun, and you can test it for yourself. There'll be this little green dot that actually reflects, which is a reflection of the sun. You'll see it in your camera. And I started taking pictures like this every day, trying to catch one clear enough, but they were all blurry. And one day I caught the sun going behind this mountain, and you can see how crystal clear that is. This is what it looks like zoomed in.
Wild.
Now we're gonna compare that with the NASA sun simulator patent.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. That'd be messed up.
Oh, the literal biblical Hebrew word for deceive is nasha, or NASA. We know they're deceiving us about the shape of the earth, but what else are they deceiving us with? Now, I don't know for sure if this is actually a sun simulator, or if that's the real sun that Yahuwah created, or if the real sun Yahuwah created is behind that sun simulator, powering their false one. Because the sun has very powerful healing benefits. And of course, right now, they're trying to get everyone sick and diseased. Go out in a day where it's bright like this, where there's barely
I like the way he says that. Diseased.
any clouds in the sky, where that thing is just beaming. Go out in the sun for an hour or two and let me know how you guys feel, because I could just be overthinking it, and that's why I'm actually coming on here. I want to ask you guys, like, yo, is this the real sun? If you guys got any research on this, please let me know, because I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, and the truth shall make us free. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and Yahuwah barak you.
What is that? Is that Muslim? What he's talking there? Yahuwah Barak you or whatever. Is that Muslim? What he's speaking there? I'm just curious. Just curious. Got Loch Ness. I don't think I want to save Tartaria for the next one. How long has this been yet? Try not to make them too long. How long has this been? Can't see. I can't see. Right there. 2 hours. Okay. 2 hours. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Last bit was Hebrew. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Shalom Sabbath. The Sabbath is over. Yahuwah is Jesus' real name. Okay. And then Yahuwah. And Yahweh is God. Yeah. Hebrew. Okay. I kept saying Muslim. I meant Islam. That's my bad though. That's my bad. Islam. That's what I was saying. Kept saying, is that Muslim? Islam. So it's Hebrew. Interesting. Little Muslim mixed with Hebrew. Okay. Okay. Jewish. I was wondering about Jewish. Yeah, I wish we could kind of touch on the whole Israel stuff, but I think it's something that I gotta stay away from because it's yeah, very, very touchy subject apparently. When the whole thing is so clear as to, but it's just a very, very not good subject to talk about. Yeah, I wanted to show you them orbs, man. Those orbs are nuts. Hold on. I'm gonna resend the video. Hold on. This is a short video, it's not very long. Let me see here. I don't know why the Everest bodies, dude, they're crazy. I'll tell you what, as far as creating goes, if you guys are thinking about it, a Mac to an iPhone is the most amazing.
When I young come down, when I young
Yeah, this note, he's always blowing up. I just sounds okay, so here's the Everest video. Insane. Look at the way they are huddling together. Dude, they're at the top of the damn thing. They're there. They made it. And they freaking, I mean, it is just horrifyingly. It's just horrifyingly morbid, dude. It's just so messed up. And they're just there. Nobody recovers them. It's like, who are their families and stuff, yo? Like, you gotta have money to climb Everest. It's not no poor man. I got you guys now. I'm not gonna screw up the audio no more. I know relationships have changed. Things are so much different now. It's really sad. Yeah, I love it. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's the idea, guys. And dude, I totally love the side combos. I'll chime in now and again, but I love that you guys have side combos and get your own thing going. I love it. So that's the idea. It's just a community where you guys can, toss around your theories. I like that we didn't get too hostile. I was starting to worry there for a little bit there earlier, but yeah, no, that's what it's about. Absolutely. Oh, thought the chat stopped there for a second. Yeah, that. I know that noise was annoying as hell. Um, but yeah, dude, I never knew that until TikTok. How that so many people just literally, dude, it's just where they die. I mean, it's crazy to me. It's sad, really. It's sad. Yeah, I have an email. Yep, I have a couple emails. I have like nightgod333 at Yahoo. Nightgod87 at Proton Mail is my main one probably. It's kind of it's like my encrypted one, you know. Me? So I'm tired, dude. I'm tired. I know everybody thinks I'm stoned. I wasn't smoking weed. I always have I grew up like that. Like I've always had heavy eyes. I've always had naturally just heavier eyes as is. Like, dude, I grew up like all through high school. Everybody thought that like and I was an athlete and stuff, so it's not the case. Like people knew I wasn't stoner, but like if I go to another high school party with other high schoolers, or like even in college, dude, people just naturally thought I was a stoner, and I never, for the longest time, I wasn't. I went through a phase where I was a stoner, I guess, but I don't smoke anymore, really. No, I don't smoke weed that much at all. I just find it's clouding. Oh, and possesses an orb. Okay, here I'll comment it right quick. Proton mail. Yeah, I found, not that I don't have vices. I do. I mean, everybody does, but like, for the most part, I mean, there are some people that don't. Um, I found that, I think a lot of people do that. Like I know a lot of kids like a lot of people in their 20s that smoked weed. Me and my friends, we all did. That was our, we just went through that phase. It was after high school mostly. Maybe started a little senior year, like spring semester, and then that summer, and then yeah, I was like an avid stoner probably for, I don't know, 18 to 26 probably, and then I just stopped. I was just like, man, I'm tired of this shit, and I felt like it can kind of make you a little bit. Sometimes it makes people creative, but myself, I just got tired of it, man. You go through things like that in life. I maybe who know, and I always kind of just imagined I'd take a break, um, maybe pick it up later in life, 50s, 60s, maybe, start toking a little bit then. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing. I'm not saying no. I shouldn't say it like that. There are very, very, very successful stoners, and I'm not saying I'm better than any of that. I'm not, because you can do it. It's all. I used to run. I played college football the whole time I was smoking weed. Even the coach found out. Freaking ran my ass to the ground that practice too, and I was played running back. He kept running play after play to me, dude. I was dying. I wondered what happened. Somebody snitched on me apparently. But yeah, it can be done. Absolutely. Yep. No, so, I guess my vices would be cigarettes. I smoke cigarettes. I don't like admitting it. It's not something I'm like super proud of, but I like cigarettes. I do, and I really want to quit though, because they're just so bad for you, and they're just nasty. They smell. I kind of was stupid. I picked it up in college at all times. I picked it up in college. I was drinking and smoking cigarettes out on the, whatever, and it just complemented booze and, so well. And then I just kept doing it. Yeah, yep, yep. Played running back. I got some old highlight films. I actually just posted them on my actual personal account. I posted some of them on my Facebook Night Guide account. Yeah, dude, I wish I would have took college a little more seriously. I didn't. I was great in school, high school, and just kind of college. Just I don't know. I look back at college like it was fun, and it's an experience I think everybody should enjoy. It's just a big party. I mean, let's be honest. Yeah, cigarettes suck. It's a love hate. It's a love hate. Yeah, see the vape thing, dude. Like I tried that, dude, and I couldn't do it. It was giving me migraines, right? I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I frequented it more, because vapes allow you to kind of get away with smoking in more places than cigarettes do. Like I can't go to Ma's and smoke cigarettes. I have to go out in the garage with my stepdad where he smokes. Um, but if I had a vape, I can hit the vape. So I think like even my girl was like, because she works with some people that are on vape, and it kind of makes it easier to smoke. So I worry that that's something that I don't want necessarily. Oh, it's like kind of part of jiu-jitsu's culture. That's interesting. That's really cool. Yeah, I honestly, dude, yeah, I like weed is, dude, weed's probably, I would say that weed is probably the best treatment you could get for any of that. That's what I've heard is vape is more addictive than cigs, so I figured I better not yeah, see, that's probably what it is. I was hitting it too much. I find, see, I smoke lights too. I smoke lights, so I could like when I'm creating and stuff too. I don't know why. I like to, I'll get into it and like just smoke, and sometimes I don't know why. It's stupid. It's really stupid. I'm not. It's stupid, really. Actually, recently though, so recently I grew some shrooms, and those are pretty cool. I In moderation, it was weird. Like I had like it's weird when I do shrooms, right? And I prefer truly shrooms are best done by yourself as long as you are good in solitude. Some people aren't good in solitude. I'm good in solitude. Um, I think everybody should be good in solitude because here, let me show you. I'll show you this real quick video, but I think solitude is good, and if you can learn how to be with yourself and not feel the need for a presence, it's huge growth. It's a huge growth thing. I know a lot of people, uh, more than probably not, that aren't good in solitude. That they have to have a presence of somebody. Um, in solitude is when you truly can reflect. And I haven't been happy with all the decisions and things I've done in life, but I had a hard time, because I didn't take college as seriously as I could, and just things didn't pan out for a long time, and I kind of beat myself up for years about it. But yeah, once you can figure out how to love yourself enough to be in solitude, it's huge. It's a huge step because it's hard. It's hard for people. Let me see here, real quick. Like I know I have a couple friends and people in my life that they can't be alone. They can't, and it's not a bad thing per se, but it's to be dependent on people's company is not always ideal. Where is that video? I showed it to my girlfriend. She loved it. There's this guy, because her and I have been really trying to manifest and be positive and just really try to spin positive constantly, because we had a hard time there for a little bit, and we kind of got negative, and we started to have you negative, then you get the envious thing, and then you get jealous of people, and that's just not good. I've never really ever been the type to be jealous of people, and it mostly comes down to what, like money, you know what I mean? Like really, that's kind of what it comes down to mostly when it comes to jealousy as an adult, right? Where do people get their money, um, where is that guy? He's Dude, his advice was so good. Come on. Where did I freaking put that? I wanted to share that with you guys. I plan on sharing it with you. Hold on here. It's gotta be here. Come on. Where is he? Come on. Where you at? Come on. Here. It's really good advice. I really liked it. Is it way up here? It might be. Oh, wow. I, my Computer got full. Hold on. I'm gonna have to go down to my freaking. I know I had it. Come on. It's so frustrating. One second. Dang it. I showed it to my girlfriend just the other day. Let me check if I deleted real quick. Come on, dude. I hate when that happens, bro. When you go to slide and you slide the whole damn thing. Here. Sometime I'll have to show you guys my highlight film from when I was playing ball in high school. Pretty cool. I just put it together not too long ago. Just got a hold of it. It was kind of cool to reminisce. Dude. I guess I'm not going to find him. Jesus. It's irritating. Thought I sent it to my girl at one time. It was such good advice. I might be able to search on TikTok. Hold on here. Where is it? It's deleted, of course. Thought I saw it on. Hold on here. Come on. Oh man. Did I see that? Ah, right here. I got him. Hold on. Got him. Such a good video. I'm glad you can go on TikTok and find old videos sometimes. I'm going to airdrop it here so you guys can see it. Great life advice. This here is. I watched it a bunch when I first saw it. Airdrop. All right, I found it. Finally. All right, this is the last video, guys. This has got to be the last video. Because I could just hang out.
How do you activate the superconscious mind? Here is the most
Pause. All right, where are you at? So annoying. The Observer. Where is it at? SST. I don't know why it doesn't populate the sound instantly. To me, it's just absolutely asinine on OBS's part that it immediately mutes your video. I must have to change a setting. It's got to be a setting I can change. Because that's just stupid, bro. Why? I should be able to choose whether I want to mute it immediately or not. Why do I got to go change a setting to listen to the video? It's freaking ridiculous. So annoying. All right. Let's see.
conscious mind. Here is the most powerful of all. We call this the master method of activation. It is called Solitude. You activate the superconscious mind. Here is
he said
conscious mind. Here is the most powerful of all. We call this the master method of activation. It is called Solitude. You activate the superconscious mind with Solitude. Now, how do you use Solitude? We call this go into the silence. Go and sit down quietly by yourself for 30 to 60 minutes. 30 to 60 minutes. Most people in our society have never sat quietly for 30 to 60 minutes in their entire lives. Yet I will tell you this method works 100% of the time. That any problem that you have, any difficulty, any challenge, any goal that you want to accomplish, if you'll go into the silence and sit quietly and then listen to the still small voice within. This is the key. You will find that at a certain point, probably at about 25 to 30 minutes, your mind will go completely clear. And then a flow of ideas will start to flow into your mind. You'll feel energy welling up inside you. And at a precise moment, as you sit there in complete silence, no cigarettes, no coffee, no music, nothing, just complete silence, at a particular moment, your mind will go clear and wham, exactly the answer you need will come at exactly the right time. And if you will get up and go and carry out that answer, it will turn out to be exactly perfect.
Crazy, right? Crazy. He said almost the entire population, none of them have sat in pure silence for 30 to 60 minutes in their entire lives. That's crazy. Yeah, true skunk is definitely not real skunk anymore. My old man used to grow weed back in the day, out in the old wilderness. Hold on here. Oh, just wanted to show you them orbs real quick too. Last thing. I keep saying that. Hold on here. Advanced audio. I just want to make sure you got your audio, folks. I mean, this is just a song, really. But probably get me a copyright, actually. Truly. It probably will. So I actually am going to mute it, I think. In fact. Because they put a mainstream song on it. Which one is it? Spaceman. SSST. Observer Spaceman. Monitor off. Look at those orbs. They said they see them every young farm. I've never seen you like this. I mean, what are those things? I don't know. Berries? They look like berries right there. Hover around. Wait till you see how these things light up. Berries to light. Season. Why would they visit them? Are they? What? They're good. No, lunch of they went. That is insane. I thought vehicles. No, those are orbs. Like, I'm That's it. That blew my mind. Absolutely. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I appreciate you all chilling. Thank you guys for stopping by, and then hope you enjoyed the stream. Remember, everything I show is for entertainment purposes only. May or may not be true. I just provide cool information and let you guys decipher it as you will. Thank you again. Love you guys. It's good to see you again. And I will be starting to stream live more consistently. I would like to actually come up with an actual day and time. At least what I'd like to do is try to provide 2 videos a week plus a live for starting out to really get going again. And then of course shorts in the middle. I used to do, what did I used to do? 3 videos in the live. or shoot, I don't know. I used to try to get 2 to 3 videos a week plus 2 lives, really. But yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But I want to do 2 solid videos a week. I want to get back into storytelling again. I haven't told story in a long time. That used to be a very integral part of my content. So I want to get back to that because people enjoy that. I think TikTok or YouTube likes that too. I'm going ham on YouTube, so check me out there. I'm going ham on Facebook too. So, either platform, guys. Love you guys. Stay in the love. Stay in the light. And I might do that parasite cleanse you're talking about for sure. Be kind.